But let's move on to 7.
Dude, we're burning through this list.
I know, right? Remember
Remember what?
when we were afraid we might not be able to?
Yeah, we're burning through this list.
No, we're burning through
Okay,
it.
so Black Road and Reborn.
And Reborn. That's right. So we're gonna move on now. What are these next ones? I don't know.
I know we're not the same.
Okay, go.
We have a problem.
I know.
Houston, we have a problem.
What is that? The Fix?
The Fix. This book is so freaking good. We have a serious problem. We have. This might be
Why? What happened?
the final episode of 2016 and
Forever.
ever.
Because I put Empress at number 7.
So, okay, we need to talk about your choices immediately. Because, listen, okay?
Tell me, Jeff, what's wrong?
You just put a Miller book at number 8.
Yep.
With Reborn.
Yep.
Who has Capullo.
Yep.
Man on the Pencil.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And now Empress.
Yeah.
Is at number 7.
Yeah.
You better
look. I was on
number 1.
Look. I was on the.
You
look,
better hop off the table,
Jeff,
and massage my feet.
My list came to me while I was on the toilet, and there is serious thinking.
You made
time
some
that
crappy
happens then.
decisions.
See, I see what you did there.
Yeah, because you're
It's
on
funny.
the toilet pooping.
And crappy decisions.
Yeah, it's poop.
Right.
Talking about doo doo, which your decision to make Empress at 7. Oh my.
7. Yes.
Okay, well, let's just talk about. Okay, so if you want to know about Empress, literally go back and watch episode 4, part 2. Yeah, part
5.
2. Episode 5,
4.
part 2. Yeah, it's episode 5, part 2.
Episode 5, part 2.
Yeah.
Empress.
Empress. We literally talk about the book for 20 minutes. So that's Empress.
15.
Gosh darn. Okay, and
Yeah.
basic premise is there's a bad dude that runs the galaxy.
Yeah.
And his wife and kids take off because they hate him and they want to go hide from him, and then he hunts them down. That's the premise of Empress.
That's the premise of Empress.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
Okay.
That's why it made my top 10.
Okay, I'm so glad it made your top 10. We'll get to the Fix because the Fix is freaking amazing.
I don't doubt it.
How on earth is Empress at 7?
You want to know?
Yeah.
So one of the things I was thinking about.
No, I don't want to know. I was just asking.
So one of the things I was thinking about when I was on the toilet was, how am I going to even put all of these favorites? I had like 15 in there with me.
I have
right?
a list of 30 comic books.
Oh, that's cool. Did you ask me to explain? Let me continue.
Oh, gosh.
So,
Well, whatever this reason's not going to be good enough.
yeah, that's fine because it's my list. Don't matter.
Your list is wrong, and so are your feelings.
Okay. You're not allowed to feel that way.
These feelings are
I
wrong.
was able to get to a 10, to my 10,
Okay.
the top 10.
Okay, so you made your top 10.
That's right. And so then
Empress accidentally fell to 7
somehow, but here's how. When I was looking at these books, I was thinking about how to rank them, and my feelings were anticipation.
Wrong.
No, they were anticipation. Which books did I wait the longest to read? Which books did I have to read right away?
Okay.
And so there were books that I felt like I went to faster than I went to Empress. Empress is a great book.
It's fantastic.
It might be, and I'm willing to bet it is probably critically better than some of the books that might be ranking higher.
I'm not
But
even
you know
going
what?
with that.
This
I don't
is
care
my
about
book.
critically.
This is my top 10, and I think that I genuinely
Spoilers.
anticipated these other books more than Empress every month.
The other 6 books that come out, I'm probably going to go not as good as Empress on everyone.
Wow, we're going to love that joke for the next 40 minutes.
40 for lucky. My mind is boggled.
Which is why I didn't want to tell you before.
I knew we both knew this one was going to end up in our top 10.
Right.
It's that good. There was no doubt.
Right.
But it's a 7?
Jesus, Empress, your number 1 or something?
7. 7. Just.
Yeah, the number of completion.
No. Oh my gosh.
Hey, what's the Fix about?
Not being Empress at 7. That's definitely what it's not about.
Cool.
I'm very triggered right now.
No kidding.
Yeah. That book is so much better than 7. Listen, I know we're doing a list of our own top 10s. And, there's not necessarily saying, these are the only 10 good books or, 7 is low because literally this is, top 10 out of, seriously, I had a stack like this that I went through. There's hundreds of books. So to even hit 7 means it's a great book. but it definitely should be above 5 on anybody's list. He's wrong for feeling the way he does.
Cool.
His feelings
That's
are
fine.
wrong.
Fine.
But Empress is so good. It is so good.
Yeah. It is. It is so good.
You're so wrong for feeling the feelings.
I can't wait to get through this list. Ah, so much shame and hatred are going to be thrown at me.
The Fix. See, now I'm like all sad. And like the Fix deserves happiness. Because the Fix, this book is so much freaking fun. It just, oh my gosh. Okay, so the Fix is about these two, maybe the worst, most corrupt cops you've ever met in your life.
Okay.
But you kind of like them.
Yeah.
Because they're super corrupt, but they're like really funny. So you know how like you can watch a movie where like robbers like steal from everybody, but then by the end of the movie you're like cheering for the robbers.
Right, you want the bad guys to win.
Yeah. So it's they kind of got that going on. How about to like scale how corrupt and jerky these guys are? They set up a fellow officer.
Oh.
Who is genuine, like he appears to be the nicest
Cough.
Yeah, cough.
The nicest cough around.
He's,
you don't have
I don't know
to
what's
cover
happening.
it.
Apparently, I'm so upset that Empress is a 7.
Yeah, I can't believe it, man. You gotta like.
Oh my
cool
gosh,
your
my
bucket.
tears. So they end up setting up this guy who's like one of the nicest guys. He's like brings donuts every day and like helps, like he's a big brother and like volunteers the chair. They set him up because he's like also kind of not really like the most attentive, so they can easily set up. And they end up like planning stuff and like they get him arrested.
Oh,
like they
man,
literally
wow.
Oh, it's so they can get away with the crap that they're doing.
Right.
And so they end up being in debt to this like mobster guy.
Okay.
Okay, now I have to explain this mobster guy because he tickles me.
Oh.
So imagine you go over to like somebody's house, right? And they're the most gracious host. They're like, would you like, whatever it is you want to, like, he's super rich, right? So he's like, oh, I have all these different things that you can, whatever you want to drink, and I can whip up some food for you. Are you hungry? Like, oh, do you want some, like, spinach artichoke dip? I can whip that up. And, oh, here's some pita chips that I got from, like,
Yum,
Milan. Or,
yum.
like,
Yeah.
it's just, he's super, super nice.
Right.
And then in a heartbeat, he flips into the mobster guy where he's like, oh, so while you're eating those pita chips, how about I slit your throat with one of those suckers because you, like, he is the polar. He is so much fun because his threats are kind of like nice and
silly.
Terrifying.
Okay,
at
silly,
the
but
same time.
he'll do it.
Yeah. Oh, you have no.
I don't.
So he's in a jazz band, and so he has all the guys like playing like his little jazz bands together.
Yeah.
And they're all like having a good time, and then these two idiots come in, and they're still not delivering what So the mobster guy is like. He's happy at the beginning, super mad, and then he literally grabs like one of the trumpet players' trumpet, and just smashes over his head.
Oh.
And he's like, "How many times do I have to tell you to stop playing that E flat? Like just like lose it." Yeah. So that's that guy.
Talk about your brass section.
Oh, gosh, you can deflate me. So anyways, the Fix is literally them trying to fix their way out of this mess.
Oh, nice. And they're cops.
They are cops.
And they're bad cops? Are they corrupt cops?
They're hyper corrupt cops.
Hyper corrupt.
It's these like they're just so bad.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so that follows their story, and like they end up having to take like a side job where they have to protect this really famous lady, and she's just snorting so much coke.
Yeesh.
And then at one point, like she literally hops out of their car while they're moving into an intersection and takes off her top and is running around, and yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the last time I had coke. It was with a straw.
Yeah,
from McDonald's with my nuggets.
Okay, let's just leave it at that. Just what are you talking about? Who knows?
Doesn't matter.
So there we go. That's our one correct and one wrong number 7.
Okay.
Seriously,
I'm
so bothered by Empress being at 7.
I created a system that I felt okay with.
Your system's wrong, and you're wrong for feeling it. I wonder what my next book is.
Here's mine.
Wow, these are polar opposites.
They're both about chicks.
That's not wrong.
So mine is Lady Mechanica.
De la Muerte.
Yeah, La Dama de la Muerte. Yes, and so this book, it counts as a 2016 book.
It does.
Because it's a number 1. It's a number 1 through 3.
Arc.
Right, it's an arc.
Yeah.
But like that's really cool the way Benitez does it. He splits up his arcs as like to not feel overwhelmed to jump in at number 952.
Dude, he is super new reader friendly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because most of the information that you would need to like jump in right here is given to you.
Yeah.
And he kind of in a very creative way every single time reintroduces you to Lady Mechanica.
Yep.
Without overstating it or even making it boring for like people who have been reading it for forever.
Yes.
Yeah, so that is easily like if we were doing a easiest book to jump into, probably that one.
He's definitely I feel like you can just tell that he's been in the comic book business
Forever.
for so long
Yeah.
that he really does know how to do this.
Yeah, he's really good.
Like in every way possible.
And it's not
he
fair
knows.
that he knows how to write and draw.
Write
Suck
and
at
draw
Benitez.
and like publish. You know, it's crazy.
You know, and I'm going to dial that back because to say that he knows how to write and draw is an understatement.
Right.
Like let's just say he wrote Lady Mechanica. I would be sitting here going, he is an amazing writer because the world, the characters, the story, just everything is clever and interesting. And it's always like moving, like sometimes stories stall out for a little bit. He doesn't do that. And just the dynamic between her and all the other characters and the mystery that's slowly getting revealed, and there's a bigger picture, like, and even like the villains and stuff, they're always so like interesting and have their own motivations that you can kind of attach them a little bit. Like I could see why they would.
Yeah.
So that's just him writing. And then you take that away and go, okay, what if he's just drawing the book? And you're like, I don't know how this guy isn't just getting bombarded by everyone to draw books because the art is unbelievable.
Unbelievably good.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
One of the reasons why I really like this book is because it's the original creators, Joe Benitez and then Peter Steigerwald. Came back and is doing more of the art. Yeah. And so them together again, so much hype. And I love it. This book ended up being a flashback. And so this takes place before we've have read about her before. But after.
So it's before.
It's before, but it's still after before.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm losing myself.
You lost it.
It's after when she becomes like Lady Mechanica. So she still doesn't have her memory.
It's before
we meet her in the past books that we've read about her.
Okay, so it's after she became Lady Mechanica, but before the earliest time that we met her.
Exactly.
So this is now the earliest time we would have met her.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And the way it's only 3 issues. And the way issue 2 ends, it was just like, wait.
I don't know if you know this, but I have literally all 3 at home. I haven't read them yet.
Right. Yeah. Well, I hope that this motivates you. Because
now that you're going crazy, now I kind of want to go and read them.
Right. Number 1 was kind of... Okay, see you, bye. I'm just going to sit here and I'll just talk about my books and how they're better than Empress. And this...
Listen, hold on.
No, what? I was talking about Lady Mechanica. La Dama de la Muerte.
Whatever he says about Empress, understand that he's wrong. Okay, just understand. That's bothering me that it looks higher than this side. Nope, that way.
Okay,
but Empress is such a good book.
I agree. Yes, it is. And like I said,
he's wrong for
this list is mine based on my anticipation, the books that I wanted to read as soon as I got them.
And it's wrong.
I didn't want to. Okay, it's fine. So Lady Mechanica, and then it was really cool getting into some of her past, and especially like with things happening that I just did not see coming. It was great.
You know, a book has a lot of stuff that you don't see coming. Empress.
Every Millar book.
So Jonesy, who isn't written by Millar,
right?
Written by Sam Humphries.
You like him?
I do.
You're a fan.
I am a fan. Met him at San Diego Comic-Con.
That's cool.
Super nice guy, like ridiculously nice guy, and always seems to be smiling, which is like, oh, that's cool. Like he's a happy guy. Anyways, Jonesy is about a young teenager who is, let's call her a snowflake. Like she does her own thing.
Okay.
She likes making her own she calls zines, which are like little magazines that she makes and publishes on herself. Zines, whatever.
Magazines.
Yeah, zines.
So zines.
So she does those on her own. She's into just the most random bands. She's in love with like this lead singer. She just does her own thing. And then also, she has the ability to make anyone fall in love with anything.
Right.
With one exception. She cannot make things or people fall in love with her.
Oh.
Anything else is up for grabs. So
she's got Cupid powers.
Yep, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah. So, to help the school at one point, she makes everyone fall in love with ferrets.
Nice.
To kind of torture one of the meaner girls, if you will.
Uh-huh.
She makes everyone in the school fall in love with her.
Okay.
But it's around Valentine's Day, so all day long, this girl's just getting flooded with, like, flowers and stuff. It's, like, hyper embarrassing.
Right.
But then Jonesy finds her crying in the gym, and then Jonesy's a good chick. It's like, so she's super nice, and
they become friends.
Yep. So they go and they talk, and then they work things out.
That's nice.
Her dad owns his own custom donut shop.
Okay.
And I have on many occasions wanted to eat the donuts that her papa is making, and I put this one at number 6 because this book was so far out of what I would normally read. I don't actually know why I picked it up. It was like an impulse buy.
Okay.
I saw it and I was like, you know what? That looks. I like the art's kind of cool. Knowing that I think Lily would like it.
Okay.
Also made me like, I think I'm gonna pick this up because I think my wife would like it.
So she can't be that mad at you for buying an extra book?
Yeah, I don't consider that when I buy extra books, but yeah, but
Sure.
And I got home and read it, and like I could not wait for the first 4, and then it got picked up as an ongoing.
Right, it's like Jonesy made you fall in love with her comic book.
She did. Well done, because wow, how did I never make that connection? Okay.
That's why I'm here.
But yeah, so the book follows Jonesy as she kind of like learns to use her powers for good, and it's really good.
A lot of heart.
It's the most lighthearted. It's kid friendly. Yeah, it's just a super chill and fun book. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I had to put that in there because I was like, it's so different than everything else, and I genuinely look forward to getting Jonesy's every month. So
I love that.
Yeah,
that's a good sign.
Yep, that is. That's a way you can tell whether or not you should keep reading a book. We haven't done that yet. Have we talked about reading a book? We've talked about pulling out.
Maybe last week we talked about committing.
How to jump on a book.
Right.
Penetrating a book.
Right. And committing to issue 2. The issue 2 issue. We talked about that.
So
number 5.
Oh, and by the way, this is signed by Mr. Humphreys right there.
Oh, that's cool.
And then the artist,
it's signed to you.
Caitlin Rosboyle. Yeah, that was
cute.
Yeah.
What does it say?
Eat all who oppose you.
Eat all. That's right. Don't take those words. Oh man, I love that. That's great.
Your
top 5. Here we go.
You're gonna there's no way you could predict this book.
And I'm not gonna try. Here we go.
Hey, what's your book?
My book is Wraithborn. Wraithborn Redux. Another one.
Isn't it Redo?
It could be in French. It really could be. I don't know. But everyone calls it Redux because we don't speak that language. We speak the English over here.
Do we?
Enough to know that it says Redux.
Okay.
And another Joe Benitez book.
Okay.
Because I'm a fan.
You are.
I really am.
And I'm a fan, and he made me a fan because I wasn't reading Lady Mechanica, and he was like, you should try it. And then I did and became obsessed with it.
Darn right. It's really good. Wraithborn's really cool. This is like a rehash of his story.
That he used to do with DC Comics.
Man.
Yeah.
Fancy that.
Yeah, it used to be a DC book.
And now he took it, and now it's his.
And better than ever.
Yes.
Because I also read this one.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's so cool. It's supernatural and action-y. And what? So the protagonist is this, like, meek little girl, and she's like, oh, no, I'm unpopular, but I have to help my father. And so...
What accent is that?
I don't know. I can't repeat it. I won't be able to do it again.
I'm going to go make the clogs later and churn some butter.
She does those things.
No, she doesn't.
No. Okay, but this is girl, and she's meek, timid. She's not popular.
Yeah, she's very passive.
Very passive, but yet, like, she is... Unfortunately, she's, like, the thing that has to be there to support her father.
Right.
He's not totally, like... uncapable.
Useless?
Not completely useless, but he's like right there.
Yeah.
You still feel
he's
bad.
Flirting with it.
Exactly. And but then some crazy fantastical thing happens. There's like this magical demon assassin.
Okay. But it's okay, yeah, keep going.
Right.
Okay.
Who appears, and you know what? He's about to die, and he's got this power called the Wraithborn.
Yep.
and he has to give to someone.
Has to pass it on, otherwise it gets lost.
Right, the evil people will
the
take
evil
it,
people
right?
get it.
Yeah, and so
the demons
passes it on to her.
Yeah.
Frick, what? What is she gonna do with
okay.
that?
To say that he passes it on to her is a wildly understated moment.
Right.
Like, I don't throw this word around almost ever, but rape? Like, it's that level of forced upon her.
Yes.
Like, he assaults her with it.
Right.
Like, she does not.
She didn't have a choice.
She did not. Like, this was not a moment where she was like, he's like, you have to help me. Like, you know, Hal Jordan, please take the ring type moment.
Right. No,
this
did
was
not mean no.
like, oh, I'm trying to get away. And he's like, no, this, and then forces this power and situation and whole new world onto her. And and like at the beginning of the book, you get her like her bitterness.
Right.
It's like, so she's been Wraithborn for a little while at the beginning of the book.
Right.
And then we spin into her origin story.
Yeah.
And I love the first few pages because you absolutely pick up that the girl that she's going to become is not the girl we start off with.
No.
And she has embraced bitterness.
Oh my gosh. It's brutal.
Yeah, because
like who she is and like what she does and what she has to do to be
I'm going to spoil
the Wraithborn.
The first 2 pages, right? Because she basically is the Wraithborn. She's hunting demons. Like that's what she does as Wraithborn. And so she goes to someone who is gonna be a demon, like they're gonna become a demon.
They're kind of possessed.
Yeah, but they don't know it yet.
Right, and the possession is like breaching into our world. She's got to stop it.
And so she has to stop it. And so you would think like the person that she has to kill, right? Because that's what she has to do to stop it. There's some sympathy there. Like she doesn't even know. Like she's innocent. Then this thing is also forced upon this lady that is going to be allowing the demons in the world.
Right.
And so she has to murder the somewhat innocent lady, and then you get her internal dialogue, and there's no sympathy. Nope. She's like, this lady's stupid.
You messed with
and you
this.
Are weak, and so you deserve to die, and I have no sympathy for you. And then slice a Reno. She's like, just murder face. Yeah. No. So like, it's great because then you go from that moment to this like girl who trips and like bumps in. Oh, she's like, I'm so sorry for bumping into you, and like, please have a good day. And you're like, whoa, how is little Miss like, oh, I don't know, turning into like whatever. You're stupid for messing with stuff you didn't know about. Let me slice your face off.
That's why you don't mess with that kind of stuff, man. That's the lesson that she drops.
Dude, yeah, it's the dynamic hard. There. Again, Joe Benitez, it's not okay that you're as good a writer as you are an artist. It's stupid.
Gosh,
I'm jealous.
Yeah,
I cannot draw like that.
No, we'll just talk about it.
Yeah, we got to get him on the show.
That'd be super dope.
Yeah.
We
gotta get him on the show. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Grizzly Shark.
Grizzly Shark.
Do you know anything about this book?
Yeah, it's basically a shark in the woods. That kills people.
Okay, so that's my number 5.
It's so funny because I've been seeing this book this past week just like randomly in different
because it's
things.
like there's a trade. Like as stupid as this book is, it did amazingly well.
Right.
And Lily's not like really into like the gory. This is gory. This is like level 10 top-notch gory.
Yeah.
And he's not wrong. That's what it is. It's about a shark that lives in the woods.
Yep.
And turns out there's grizzly sharks. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And the tiniest hint of blood brings them in. And we're talking like hyper fast. Like they're moving. They are moving. Like you got to get in a car out, and they can even kind of like run a car.
I got a bloody booger, and then
that's it. Like I'm not kidding you. Like if you like, okay, so if you don't want to listen to a little bit of crass, pause or fast forward.
Oh, period blood.
Yes, that happens. Where like there's a girl like jogging through the woods, and she's like, "Oh shoot, I just started my period," and like literally, it shows the shark come like through the panel. And so where she was is now like legs.
Wow.
And just blood everywhere. It just completely decimates her.
Yeah.
Yep. And so one of the main characters in the book is a little kid.
Yep.
Who gets his bottom half bitten off.
Oh.
But he lives.
Okay.
Because they save him by taking him and dunking him into a fire to cauterize all the wounds.
All of his lower body.
Yes. And at one point, he realizes that it's been days since he's peed.
Oh.
And so then he has to go, and that it's ridiculous. He's screaming because it hurts so bad because it burns.
Yeah.
But then he ends up peeing on someone.
Wait, out of his mouth?
No, it's coming out of like this little nubby hole that's like all charred and
you
like
that.
Yeah, no. It doesn't come out of his mouth. It's like because like the way he draws him, it's like a bobblehead. Like it just.
Oh man.
And so like he's like all this like charred, burnt flesh, and he ends up peeing out. Oh gosh,
wow.
It's great. Yeah, and so then it's basically it follows them trying to get rid of the grizzly sharks, and then there's like this pinnacle battle between grizzly shark and a bear that lives in the ocean. Yeah, they have to fight.
That's awesome.
It was so good. I Lily loved this. That's how much fun this was.
Good.
Like just Ryan Otley.
Okay.
Who does this book? He's actually still might. I forget if he does. But he was the artist on Invincible.
Nice.
He might still be the artist on Invincible. I forget who draws Invincible now.
Okay.
But Ryan, first of all, he's an amazing artist. Ryan Otley drew Greg Miller on a cover.
Oh, cool.
Did you ever see that picture where Greg's like?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So it was his profile pic for a while.
Yeah.
He's like, ah.
Yeah. I've seen that one.
That's Ryan Otley. That's
him.
the guy who does this.
Oh, sweet.
And dude, like his artwork's so good, and it just sells this book. This book is so much fun. I had no idea. I thought this was gonna be one of those like goofy books that no one ever like read. It turns out like people could not get enough of this. Like I could see this coming back in another like stupid series where it's like
right.
I don't know, Seabird or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, pterodactyl, rockdactyl. I don't know.
I like watching you think
of things.
That was
it's
great.
later at night and I'm bad at it.
No.
All right, so we're halfway there.
More even.
Yeah.
Okay.